Hi guys! Welcome to the Zip Fuel Filter installation video. In this video, we will show you how to install the new Zip Fuel Filter in your car through a step-by-step process. In order to install the fuel filter, first you will require the following supplies: gloves, safety glasses, cleaning cloth, Zip Fuel Filter, car's owner manual, drain pan, wrench, and other tools as needed based on the owner's manual. Before opening the box, check the name of the car model on the packaging to ensure the filter you are using is meant for your car. Turn the ignition off and wait for 10 to 15 minutes before opening the hood, as the car internals might be hot. Make sure that you are wearing gloves and safety glasses before touching any car internals. Open the hood of the car by pressing the hood release button, which is usually located below the steering wheel. Before changing the fuel filter, it is recommended to remove the relay or the fuse of the fuel pump to relieve the fuel pressure. In this particular model, we will be removing the fuse. The fuse and the relay box is generally located next to the engine under the hood. However, some cars have it under the steering wheel as well. Check the owner's manual for the location. In this particular model, the fuse box is located under the hood on the right side of the engine in a plastic box. Remove the plastic cover and take out the clip from the cover. Next, remove the fuse for the fuel pump using the clip. Refer to the car's owner manual for identifying the fuse for the fuel pump. Once the fuel pump fuse is disconnected, try to start the vehicle. The car won't start and the engine will stall. Try to start the car a few more times to relieve the fuel pressure. Next, disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. Make sure it isn't touching anything metal and set it to the side. Locate the fuel filter. The fuel filter is generally located under the hood or under your car. To identify the fuel filter, locate the fuel lines that flow from the engine and check the owner's manual. In this particular model, the fuel filter is located under the hood. Be sure to take a look how various pipes and other components connect to the fuel filter before proceeding further. First, remove the coupler by pressing gently on the red clamp. If the switch is jammed, use a screwdriver to gently remove it. Next, locate out the pipe that flows from the fuel filter to the engine. Using a plier, remove the clamp that secures the out pipe. You might need to use the plier to loosen the pipe before you can remove it with your hand. Hold the fuel filter with one hand and remove the fuel pipe by twisting it sideways, slowly before it comes out. Keep a cloth under the pipe as the fuel might flow out of the pipe. Once the fuel pipe comes out, quickly make it upright to avoid fuel spilling. Tuck the pipe upright somewhere secure. Next, locate the inlet pipe that flows from the fuel filter towards the fuel pump. Using a plier, remove the clamp that secures the inlet pipe. Use the plier to loosen the pipe before you can remove it with your hand. Hold the fuel filter with one hand and remove the fuel pipe by twisting it sideways slowly before it comes out. Keep a cloth under the pipe as fuel might flow out of the pipe. Once the fuel pipe comes out, quickly make it upright to avoid fuel spilling. Tuck the pipe upright somewhere secure. Now grab the filter assembly and gently pull it up to remove it. Once the fuel filter assembly is out, open the cap on top of the assembly and drain the excess fuel in a pan. Be sure to completely drain the fuel from assembly before proceeding further. Next, to open the fuel filter assembly, mount on top of a bench vise. Tighten the filter inside the bench vise. Make sure the filter outlets are positioned properly to avoid damage to the assembly. Next, to open the filter assembly, you need to use a filter wrench. Mount the filter wrench on top of the filter assembly. Using an L-shaped square spanner, unscrew the top of the filter assembly. Once the cap is loose enough, unscrew it with your hand. Once the cap is open, remove the filter assembly from the bench vise. Next, insert your fingers under the filter hooks and slightly turn the filter to remove it. Before proceeding further, clean the filter body and cap using a cloth. Remove the rubber ring from the filter assembly. This ring will also be replaced as a part of the filter changing process. Now open the box and take out the zip fuel filter. Here, you can see how dirty your fuel filter has turned due to impurities it has absorbed. Insert the new rubber ring securely on the filter body. Next, insert the zip fuel filter in the filter body. Press gently on the filter until you hear a click. Slightly turn the filter before it sits inside the filter body securely. Next, close the filter assembly by putting the cap back on the filter assembly. Next, mount the filter assembly again on top of a bench vise. Tighten the filter inside the bench vise. Make sure the filter outlets are positioned properly to avoid damage to the assembly. Place the filter wrench on a cap. Using an L-shaped square spanner, screw the cap of the filter assembly until it is tight and secure. Next, screw the cap on top of the filter assembly. Now, insert the filter assembly back on its clamp by gently pushing it down until you hear a click. Next, attach the inlet pipe from the fuel tank to the filter. Make sure the inlet pipe is all the way up on the filter. Tighten the clamp using a plier. Next, connect the out pipe to the fuel filter. This pipe connects the fuel filter to the engine. Push the out pipe all the way on the filter slowly. Tighten the clamp using a plier. Next, attach the coupler to the filter. Press and push the lock until it is secured tightly. And pull the cover back on top of the coupler. Make sure all the connections are tight and secure. Next, put the fuse on the fuel pump back in the fuse box with the help of the clip and close the fuse box. Reconnect the negative terminal of the battery. Next, get back in the car. Do not start the car completely, just turn on and off the ignition for 3-4 times so that the fuel pump forces the fuel into the fuel filter. Now try to start the car. It is normal if the car doesn't start on the first go. Crank it and the car will start. Keep the car on and check the fuel filter. Make sure there are no leaks of any kind. You have successfully installed the zip fuel filter in your car. For more information, you can reach out to us on our website, WhatsApp, mail, and other social media handles.